All right, guys. Hopefully that gets it. What's up, Ice Cold Fox? Can you guys hear me now? All right. Wow. What's up, G&G's Fig Factory? Ice Cold Fox in the house. Smiling Monsters Feeding. Torrin Brown. Should have audio now. Torrin, I forgot about my mic situation. I had a mic sitting here that was not plugged in. 11 jumping up in the chat. Guys, this is something that has never happened in the history of the UFC. Never before has a champion lost their belt on the scale. No, this is not a joke. What's up? What? No, my mic was not on at first. Well, UFC is something else. They make it like Charles has a history of not making weight. I'm very surprised by this, Torrin. I know Khabib had missed weight in the past. Does anybody remember exactly what the stipulations were of Khabib missing weight? Did they just not have the fight? Because Oliveira was within half a point. It's me, Yogi, starting a figure channel for my son. Oh, nice. Still supporting you on the scale. Yes, on the scale. So Charles Oliveira came in 0.5 pounds over. Yeah, absolutely crazy. And an article's already been published. That was quick by USA Today. I'm going to update you guys by just reading the article here. You guys are kind of being updated as I am. Charles Oliveira is no longer the UFC Lightweight Champion without even throwing a punch. And excuse me, I'm kind of losing my voice today, a little bit of a head cold. In a stunning turn of events Friday, Oliveira missed weight on his first and second attempts. As a result, he was forced to vacate the title, entering his UFC 274 headliner against Justin Gaethje. If Oliveira wins, the belt remains vacant. Only Justin Gaethje can win the championship tomorrow. Oliveira, 32-8, 20-8 in the UFC, was among the final fighters to step on the scale during the weigh-in window. He neared the curtain and registered a mark of 155.5 pounds. Now, like I said, I was super surprised at this. For those that are thinking, well, they have a 1 pound allowance. For a title fight, you do not have a 1 pound allowance. Apparently, per the Arizona Commission rules, Oliveira was given 1 hour to cut the half pound in order to make the championship limit. So he's only half a pound over. Oliveira took the full hour, returned to the scale with the curtain, and again weighed in at 155 pounds. I mean, how drained was he that he couldn't lose half a pound in an hour? I mean, I'd be shaving my head. I'm shaving my balls. I'm giving blood. I mean, you got half a pound for your championship, and how much money is he going to lose out on for this? This is absolutely unbelievable. Oliveira missed weight several times while competing at featherweight, but he hadn't missed weight since returning to lightweight in April of 2017. So just over 5 years ago. This is absolutely crazy. Nana Nunez and Carla Esparza both made weight at 115. So Michael Chandler and Tony Ferguson. Chandler, should he win, I don't think he's going to get an automatic title shot again. But this is an important fight in the lightweight championship. And just a little bit, I mean, you could call it hypocrisy. I'm not real pleased about this. Michael Chandler weighed in at 156. Tony Ferguson weighed in at 155 and a half. So let me just go through the weigh-ins real quick and tell you how many people would be stripped of their championship if they had to make the actual weight. Shogun Rua at 205 and a half. Michael Chandler at 156. Tony Ferguson at 155 and a half. Donald Cerrone and Joe Lozon at 155 and a half. Andre Fialho at 170 and a half. Randy Brown at 170 and a half. Macy Kiosin at 145 and a half. Norma DuPont at 146.5. She will have to give up 20% of her purse. Brandon Royval and Matt Schnell for their bout, both weighed in at 125 and a half. Danny Roberts, Francisco Trinaldo would both be over for their fights. Tracy Cortez, half a pound over. Clayton Rodriguez, 125 and a half pounds, half a pound over. CJ Vergara, 1 pound over. Arian Carnelosi, half a pound over. And Fernie Garcia versus Journey Newsome, both half a pound over. So while Charles will be stripped of his belt, he will not be fined, since he was within the 1 pound, allowance for his salary. I believe he will also be eligible for performance bonuses. Would only show up overweight if they could retain. Oh, champs would only show up overweight. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not real happy about this. I understand it, but I mean, at half a pound, I'm still trying to figure out why Charles Oliveira was not able to cut half a pound. I know you're drained, but I mean, 0.5 pounds. And see, here's one of these things, and I know a lot of people love DC. I love DC. I love listening to him. But the towel pull, if Charles Oliveira had done that, he still got his championship. Daniel Cormier loses his championship on a towel pull. Without a towel pull. Just shows UFC's favoritism. Well, that's insane. What's up, Billy Hughes? Billy, I was watching this, and Billy actually updated me via Messenger about this, because I was out dropping my dog off at the groomer, and he's like, dude, you're not going to believe this. This is crazy. Oliveira stripped of his title. So I hurried up, dropped off Sasquatch, and rushed back to break you guys in. Or bring you guys in. Poor Charles. What happens if Charles wins? If Charles wins, then the belt becomes vacant. And I think a lot of people are already going to be asking, and I kind of got to be asking, if this had been Conor McGregor, would this have happened? Would he have miraculously, magically hit 155 pounds? Would they have figured out some kind of thing to retain the championship for him? I tend to think that they would have. You guys can agree or disagree with me on that. But I really feel like, I don't know. I mean, I get the rules are the rules, but this just doesn't seem right. It's not favoritism, always been the rules. He can't win. I dig Charles too. Yeah, me too. What's up, Robert in the house? So the fight isn't off. No, the fight's not off, but Charles Oliveira stripped of the title. If he wins, the title will be vacated. Of course, Justin can still win the title. If he wins, he will still be lightweight champion, which isn't the case in every major organization. So a funny thing happened to Chael Sonnen. And I want to say this was in Bodog MMA. And he fought for a championship. And the guy he was fighting weighed in 2 pounds over. 2 pounds! Chael defeated the champion And they said it was not legit because his opponent didn't make weight and retained the championship. So, just crazy. Now I really want him to win, G Factory. Never heard this shit before, ever happened. It's the first time a fighter has ever been stripped of their title on the scale. The first time I remember a challenger missing weight. Some of you might remember if you go back to UFC 4, the comeback, which we've had a couple fighters from that season on the channel. The winner of each division got a shot at the title. Travis Lutter won the middleweight tournament, gets his chance against Anderson Silva to win the belt, and missed weight by 2 pounds. And then I want to say Divison Figueiredo, I thought he missed weight during a championship bout. Yes, against Joseph Benavidez. That's why he didn't win the vacant title the first time. Then he was immediately given the chance to fight Joseph again for the vacant title and won. So, if fair is fair, Charles will get an immediate shot at this title. I don't think that's going to happen, guys. If he's treated as fair as Divison Figueiredo was, Charles Oliveira will get an immediate shot back at the championship should he win. What do you guys think? Do you think that that is what's going to happen? I really don't think that they're going to throw him back in there. Not right away. And we're going to take some calls in, partially to save my voice, and somebody can help me run the mic here, as my voice is not doing real well today. All right, 425-791-8730. If you want to call in and talk about this. Yeah, look at, what's up, Walt Liquor? Man, that's a raw deal. What the F? I agree, man. And I'm a big fan of both these guys. I've wanted Gaethje to win a championship for a while. But guys, I am not happy about this. This just stinks to high heaven. Honestly. And I just remembered I'm using the mic on my webcam, though. So I don't think I'm going to be able to take in calls that way. So, sorry about that if anybody was going to call in. All you can do is laugh. Leave it to the Brazilian to throw away a belt. Yes, only Gaethje. Oh, we do have a caller. Hello, you're on Fights of Friends. Who am I speaking to?
It's the Brett Pauly, Mike.
What's up?
Brett Pauly, Mike.
What's up, New Brett and Pauly?
And this is probably the craziest thing that ever happened. The last time something like this happened was Chael Sonnen versus Paulo Filho in 2007, the WEC. Paulo Filho missed weight.
Thank you. I was trying to remember. I knew there was a situation like that with Chael, and I couldn't remember the fighter or the organization. So thanks for the update.
Yep, WEC 2007. I forgot exactly what happened, but I know the first fight, Paulo Filho, Chael was going to town on him, and then he came out with some weird armbar, and the referee thought Chael tapped. Chael said he didn't tap. They got awarded Paulo Filho. He won the fight. They ultimately decided Chael tapped. And then in the rematch, Paulo Filho missed weight, and Chael Sonnen got a unanimous decision, dominated him all 5 rounds. But couldn't win the title because he didn't miss weight.
Yeah, and see, that's the strange thing, is the UFC doesn't have that. I can't believe the WEC had that. WEC had that rule. So if the person who misses weight, like the champion, like Travis Lutter, was a challenger, he missed weight, Anderson Silva can still win, still retain his title, of course. But and Justin Gaethje, obviously can still win the belt. I believe that Paulo Filho retained the title even though he lost, which was one of the craziest things in MMA history.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. So Chael was supposed to, he's on the unofficial 185-pound WEC champ, but they didn't give him the belt. But at least Gaethje's going to have the chance to at least still win the belt.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't blame any of this on Gaethje. I've wanted to see him win a championship. I hate the circumstances of this.
Yeah, like how do you miss a half a pound? Like I just don't understand.
Well, I mean, and he had, I believe, I know he had at least 30 minutes. I think he might have had close to an hour to lose another half a pound. And I'm like, I'm shaving my head. I'm shaving my balls, every hair on my body. I mean, I'm doing whatever I can. I know that you're drained, but man, you got to be able to find half a pound.
Dry, and I'll lose a half a pound, and then he must have been bone dry.
I'm sure he was, which it'll be interesting to watch the odds and see the movement on this, because I imagine there's going to be a lot of money probably already coming in on Gaethje.
Yeah, and does he lose pay-per-view points now? No, like how does this work?
I didn't think about the pay-per-view points. That I don't, possibly, because he's not champion.
He should get his pay-per-view points, but then if he wins, does he get pay-per-view points? It's like, because he's not the champion now, technically. Like, this is just weird, man.
Yeah, it is. I didn't think about that. I know he won't lose part of his purse like a fighter would if they were over the allowance, and he'll still be eligible for bonuses, unlike a normal weight loss, but or weight miss. But yeah, this is just strange. And I don't know if you've seen earlier, I was showing if you held everybody to that standard, almost every single fighter would be ineligible to win a championship tonight, because almost every fighter's over.
Yeah, at least a half a pound.
Yeah, half to 1 pound.
It's just ridiculous. Either way, at least the fight's still on. Every fight's still intact. No fights got canceled. No injuries. Let's hope everything else goes smooth, because this is a hell of a fight card, and I'm super excited for tomorrow night.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is one of the best cards in recent memory for me, for sure.
Like, I'm really interested in this Tony Chandler fight, like, especially after, I don't know if you saw the press conference yesterday with Tony, when he opened up about how he feels about what's going on and stuff.
I didn't see it, but I like read some bullet points that he called the UFC basically like gangsters or mafia or something. And
yeah, he says he has a lot of fights left on his contract, and he's really not too happy the way he's been treated. And I wish he would have took, maybe an undercard fight, get his confidence back. I
don't think the UFC would give him that, though. I mean, I imagine
at the very top of the division, he just fought for the title. Tony has 3 straight losses.
Yeah, but I mean, they're all the top guys, and they were in tough matchups. And now you give him one of the top guys who's a great wrestler.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for Tony, but I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him too. Apparently, he's been working on his wrestling a lot more in this camp, and Chandler really hasn't used his wrestling in a long time. I don't know if it's as good as it used to be. So, we'll see. You still there? No, I think we lost him.
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. Yeah, just went dead for a minute. But yeah, I mean, I give Tony a good chance. Better than 4-1 for sure.
Oh, definitely, because Chandler gets hit. So Tony has a chance.
Yeah, and Chandler, I'm pretty sure Chandler's been submitted before, so I think Pitbull submitted him.
All right, well, it's good to hear from you, Mike. I'm going to get off. I'm going to get back to work.
All right. Hey, thanks for calling in. You're Britt and Paulie, everyone.
Get tuned in tomorrow, and I'm excited.
All right. See you then. Have a good one. All right, guys. Sorry if that volume wasn't very good. Like I said, I forgot I'm using the sound on the webcam here. Just see people calling Tony Ferguson crazy. and delusional for speaking out against the UFC. I've seen a little bit of that. Those people are losers. I don't think Tony is crazy or delusional. He's just tired of being screwed over. I don't think any fighter has been screwed over as much as Tony Ferguson has. To be honest, that guy should have fought Khabib, 5 times? UFC didn't want Charles to be champion anymore, so they used the excuse for him not making weight. I thought that they liked him. I really did think that they liked Oliveira, but who knows who they want in there? I don't know. It's not like Gaethje doesn't have a good chance of winning that fight. I favor Oliveira, but only slightly. Those odds are pretty close, and I agree with him. I think Justin Gaethje's got a pretty good shot. Actually, stunned by this. So, list all the names you want, Mike, but they would have all had lost the weight if it was a title fight. Charles didn't, period. No, and that's true. That's a good point. Oh, he's batshit crazy, but I still want to see him fight. Stupid. Why not reschedule Justin and Charles? Just make Rose and Carla main, make Ferguson Chandler 5-rounder now. They could have done that, but I think they're worried about selling pay-per-views. How many people buy your pay-per-views in advance, and how many people buy them the day of the event? I'm a little curious. I think most people buy the day of the event. I know I always have. I don't know if I've ever bought one. I think maybe one I bought before the day of the event. It's insane, but this is wild. Wow. There had been an issue with the digital scale in his room because he's too disciplined to do this at this point. Yeah, I don't know about the pay-per-view points. If you watch the video, it looked like Charles didn't care. He was over it. Something must have happened. By the way, Bellator has been fired today. Yeah, I forgot until I was texting Robert Kerrigan about this, and that I was going live, the Drunken Charge, and he reminded me Bellator was going on right now. I don't have the voice for it today. I'm hoping I'm feeling better for tomorrow's card. It might just be the main card tomorrow. If I wake up and I'm talking like this, it's going to be just the main card. Gonna go watch the videos, mates. I'll talk with y'all tomorrow. All right, G&G. Thanks for coming in. If it was Conor McGregor, of course, it would not have happened. The UFC loves him. First thing I thought, OVs, Craig Khan. Yeah, I think they should strip him and put in an alternate fighter. So Robert's got an alternate view here. Can't stand fighters who miss weight, period. Even if it were a quarter a pound over, that's not championship mentality. What's up, Snake Plissken in the house? I don't think Justin wants to win like that. Well, if Justin wins, he wins. He still has to beat Charles Oliveira to get the championship. If Charles wins tomorrow, the belt goes vacant. I'm going to skip a few of these. I got way behind in the comments, so if you had something you really want to say, just type it again if you would. Charlie losing weight is suspect. I'm not the biggest conspiracy theorist when it comes to things like that, but I've had a real weird feeling about it. So they're going to announce Charles the former champion during the fight introductions tomorrow for the fight. Yeah. They would announce him as the former lightweight champion then. I'm sure. Glad he doesn't understand English, or that would really sting. Oh my God. Always buy right before the main preliminary fight, says Josiah. I buy the night before events, so I'll order tonight. Yeah, Kayla Harrison's fighting tonight on PFL. Also, I think Ray Cooper, right? Loving Tony Ferguson's confidence. He's looking really motivated. I think he's got a great shot, Torin. I would actually bet on Tony for this one. I don't think I'm going to make it down to the casino because it's a bit of a trip and I'm feeling like absolute dog shit today. I woke up yesterday feeling like dog shit. I woke up today feeling even worse. I thought I might have had the vid, but I got a home test, and no, it's just, I don't know, just run-of-the-mill coldish flu, I guess. Lost my voice, hot and cold flashes, no throwing up or anything. Just the voice is the worst part of it. Ray Cooper, Rory McDonald, and Showtime Pettis, also tonight in PFL. Yeah, it's a big card. PFL's tonight. Billy, what time? Oh, good card on PFL. I agree, Mr. Brownie looks focused. Charles gonna humble Justin G. Big mouth tomorrow. What's that supposed to mean? Do I look fat, Chimu? Do I look fatter than usual? I've always been fat. I just lost my voice. That's a weird comment. I got Justin. I might have Justin now, but yeah, I would put money down on Tony, I believe. I'm not saying I'm responsible for losing your money, but I think those odds are a little thick from what I've seen from Tony. Also, Tony, he talked about practicing his wrestling more for this camp. And as I mentioned a little while ago, Michael Chandler, he hasn't used that wrestling in a long time. I don't remember him taking anybody down in quite some time. So if you don't use it, you lose it. In a striking match, it's pretty damn hard to finish Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson about shut up so many people tomorrow, claiming he's washed over three losses, not rounds. Yeah, I got that fight like even. I might even be leaning towards Tony a little bit. I think he's got a great chance. I think that's going to be a great fight. I think he's got a great chance. Joe Lozon and Donald Cerrone, I think that's going to be another fire fight. Rose Namajunas trying to avenge her loss to Carla Esparza. I mean that's a big fight for the women's strawweight championship. Before I go, I'm going to bring my bettors in on something that caught my mind, or my eye. And I'm going to bring it up in the display capture here real quick. If you're a bettor, or if you're just interested in odds, you'll want to stick around for a second. Because I'm not saying this is necessarily a winner. For one thing, MMA is super unpredictable. But sometimes the judge, every once in a while, the odds makers will really get a fight wrong. And I really look for those fights. I think this is one of those. So I'm going to bring the fighters up on the screen here in a minute. But yes, this is on tomorrow's fight card. And I got to look a little bit at who this fighter's actually fought. But I got to bring you in on some odds for tonight's PFL card. So let me bring up the display capture here. All right, guys. So Larissa Pacheco versus Zamzagul Faizalanova. She's a judo black belt out of Kazakhstan. She's 7-1. She fought over in Fight Nights Global. That's what I remember seeing her on. And she had some impressive performances at Fight Nights Global. So these odds are pretty astronomical, I think. I'm going to bring it up here real quick. So I'm bringing up the... So Larissa Pacheco is a minus 900 favorite. Zamzagul is a plus 600 underdog. Let's look at Larissa for a second. 15-4. She's got 6 knockouts. She's got 8 submissions. She's 1-2 when a fight goes to decision. She's been knocked out once. She's been submitted once. She's basically, I think American fans know her best for losing to Kayla Harrison in PFL. And actually losing twice. She did have a brief stint in the UFC. She fought Jessica Andrade and Jermaine Durandamy. Hard to tell how good she was because she got finished by both of those fighters fairly quickly. Like I mentioned, though, went the distance with Kayla Harrison both times. Also got a decision against Sarah Kaufman. So let's look at Zamzagul, though. Do you think deserves losing his belt? Because I just got off some YouTuber's channel saying he deserves to be stripped because real champs make weight. A lot of people are saying that. I get it. Most state commissions, though, I didn't think stripped at half a pound. I thought you still had the 1 pound allowance. I could be incorrect on that. Now that I think about it, I probably am. Oliveira new rule of champion missing weight and can't be blaming anyone else. Maybe give him extra time, says Josiah. Hey. What's up, PBR Street Gang? Yeah, he was very much at the mercy of the Arizona, whatever fight commission jurisdiction you're in, you're kind of at the mercy of that. So in Arizona, you have 1 hour to lose the weight. I'm pretty sure there's states that give you more, but there's some interesting things. You sick? Yeah, I'm feeling pretty crappy. I don't think I'm going to be doing too much more tonight. I don't think young David will be doing it. He was given 1 hour. Just knowing Charles Oliveira and Justin G face off at today's ceremonial weigh-ins is going to be super intense. Does anybody know what time that is? I do want to watch that. Justin going to get in his face. They're definitely going to have to be separated. Yeah, I woke up, PBR Strigging. I woke up 2 days ago feeling like shit. I woke up today hoping to feel better. I felt worse. Took the vid test, negative on that. Just hot and cold flashes, but the worst part of it mostly is just losing my voice. So I'm not going to go too much longer because I don't want to miss the UFC tomorrow. I'm going to take a bunch of hot tea and some throat remedies, and hopefully I'll be sounding much better tomorrow. But here you go. For the bettors looking for a 6-1 underdog. Zamzagul, Faizalanova. They didn't bring her in to beat Larissa Pacheco. They didn't bring her in to lose to Larissa Pacheco. They brought in Zamzagul because they wanted more competition to have a chance against Kayla Harrison. 6-1. 6-1. She's fought in some, she fought Fight Nights Global. That's a decent promotion. She also fought in the Alosh Pride Grand Prix finals. I'm honestly not even sure what that organization is. Nor do I recognize the fighters. I only recognize the Global Fight Nights. I do know that there's a lot of sleeper fighters in Kazakhstan, in Russia, in Ukraine. They've been kind of taking over MMA. So I will not be surprised to see a 6-1 upset tonight on PFL. NyQuil does the job. Yeah, I'm going to have to grab some. No, I don't have the 19, I don't think. I could take another test today, but I could probably have C4 because you're the bomb. Well, thank you, Robert. Special rules to appease bandwagon fans. Won't cut it with all us old dudes who followed the sports from its inception. Yeah, I agree, King James, and I know Robert disagrees with me on this one. I don't like it. I don't know how I feel. I'm not going to say that you're wrong, Robert, because, I mean, the rules are the rules, and Charles knew the rules. I just don't like it. I don't like how it happened. I do find it really weird that Charles couldn't lose half a pound in an hour, even if you are bone dry. And some people talked about him, not really having much emotion when he missed weight. That could be a few things. We've seen fighters recently so drained that they've passed out on the scale. We've seen one fighter actually pass out on his way to the cage. We've got to get some hydration tests. We've got to get weight cutting under control. And, why wasn't someone with the UFC? Maybe they were. I don't think they were, though, because I didn't hear anything about it. Why wasn't someone with the UFC checking in with Charles for the last 3-4 days? Hey, how are you doing? Can we help you with anything? I mean, this is supposed to be your champion. I know these guys are independent contractors, but, I mean, you're supposed to support your champion. Let's see the stuff about the Nate fight. I seen Nate's supposed to fight Hamzat Chimaev, yeah. I don't think that was an accidental leak. I think Dana did that strategically because I just don't think he's that dumb to have that fight on a podcast sitting in the background on a chalkboard. I don't believe that for a second. I think it was a genius way to bring that out there, and I think it makes more intrigue for the fight because people think that they seen something they weren't supposed to. And I don't think that was the case at all. I could be wrong, but I really don't think Dana was that careless. Anybody have an idea of what Charles walks around at? I'm not sure. I know he used to fight 145, of course, for years. Respect for anyone who fights in the octagon. But I'm kind of hoping Justin makes him pay. I kind of have to root for Justin now. Because I don't want the title to be vacant. I want someone to win the title tomorrow and be champion. Now, if Justin loses tomorrow, and all of a sudden it's announced Conor McGregor is in a vacant championship fight with somebody that it seems like shouldn't be fighting for a championship, then I'm going to have some questions. Bellator in Paris is fire. Let's go, fam. Good fights all day today. I'm with you, Billy, watching it now. All right, guys. Hey, well, thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry I was going live to bring such bad news, but we still have the fight. We have a great card tomorrow. I'm going to get some rest so I can do my best on the mic tomorrow. As always, I love you. I respect you. And I'll see you